Farmstand for 2 months now, so I thought it was time for a review. The unit I have here is the Farmstand. Lettuce Grow has two main products, the Farmstand and the Nook. Farmstand is their original product. It can be used indoors or outdoors, but if you want to use it indoors, you need to purchase the glow rings, which are these like circular rings I have here. These are the LED lights, and it's a bit bigger, so you need like 4 square feet of space. The Nook, they just came out with it maybe a year or two ago, and it's a little bit smaller. It's meant to be used entirely indoors. It already comes with little LED lights, so it just kind of depends on how much space you have and what you're looking for. I went with the Farmstand originally just because I thought it would be nice to have the flexibility to use it outdoors if I ever move to somewhere with outdoor space, and also because the LEDs on this are stronger, so you should be able to grow almost anything with the Farmstand, whereas the lights are a little bit less powerful. Overall, setup wasn't too bad. I'm always a little bit worried about setup with indoor gardens, especially the larger ones. The countertop units are always like, setup takes 2 minutes, but the larger ones, sometimes there is a bit of like assembly involved, and I am not a very handy person, but I would say this was relatively easy. I did an assembly guide. How many tiers you want, they have now categorized into like small, medium, large. Small comes with 3 tiers, the medium comes with 4 tiers, and the large comes with 6 tiers. You can start small if you're not sure if you'll like it and then upgrade later. So I went with the medium. I do have a lot of experience with indoor gardening and I wanted to grow as much as possible. There's also like a height difference. The medium is a little bit shorter than me, whereas if you go with the large, it would have been taller than me. So I just figured for like ease of use, I didn't want to have to like reach up my chair to like monitor my plants, so I went with the medium. And to start out, I planted a mix of greens and tomato plants. I have a couple different cherry tomato varieties on the bottom, and I staggered it with a bunch of different bok choys, like basically vegetables in the bok choy family. Got like 6 different varieties going. When you buy it, it does come with seedlings, so after you like check out, you put in your zip code and then you can see all the available seedlings. With indoor use, the grow zone doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, so after you set it up, they send you the seedlings a little bit later, and then they all come with neat little labels, and they have a mobile app that gives you like tips, so you can monitor your plant progress. I actually didn't take up their seedling offer. I like to grow everything from seed, and then I just transplanted my seedlings in when they were about a month old. If you want to know how to use your own seeds and like make a DIY seed pod for the lettuce grow, I wrote a guide on how to do that on my website. I'll link it in the description box, but it is easier if you already kind of know what you're doing. If you're a beginner, I definitely recommend getting their seedlings. They're not too expensive. The first seedling order is free, and then when you eventually want to replace the plants, it's like $3 a seedling, and they do like bundles and subscriptions, and they have discounts. So once the seedlings were all in, it grew super fast. I was actually really impressed by how fast it grew. I haven't done a scientific comparison, but it felt so much faster than all of my other indoor gardens, so that was super impressive. You really want to grow as much as possible. A vertical garden like this is the best design setup. You can definitely squeeze so much more plants in a small square foot of space on a vertical tower like this. From like an efficiency and design standpoint, I really like it. Just the design itself is very futuristic. It always looks kind of like a growing tower that they'd use on like Mars if they ever colonize a planet. I haven't seen any indoor garden on the market that looks as cool as this. I also think the spacing is pretty well done. With some of my other indoor gardens, I have to leave empty spaces just because plants need as much room as possible, and when they're all sitting on a horizontal plane, they can crowd each other out. Because this is vertical and staggered, I haven't left a single port empty, so I'm getting just like maximum utility, and they all seem to have a decent amount of space. I did prune the tomato plants a little bit, and I have to prune them a little bit more, but overall I feel like you can really pack on the plants with the Farmstand. Oh, one question I get a lot is why do I have little pieces of foil? So what I did was I covered each of the seed pod openings with some foil, and it has kind of multiple purposes. It reflects the light back, so it just is like a nice little collector. Main point of doing it is to cover the empty space. Since I grew my own seedlings, I used sponges that don't quite fit as perfectly as their seedlings. So there was a lot of empty space, and if excess light hits the interior, especially where the water and the nutrients are, it can cause algae to grow. So the foil helps prevent any of that excess light from seeping in. The light design is actually really interesting. I feel like there's pros and cons. I didn't cover them all with foil right away. I kind of waited until the plants were at a large enough stage that I wouldn't damage the very fragile seedling by putting foil on. And I feel like there was less algae growth on them, maybe because the lights aren't shining directly on the seed pod, they're more at an angle. So that was a pro, but the flip side is if you're growing something like lettuce or bok choy that grows in a floret pattern, as they grow larger, they run into the lights, and I got a lot of light burn on the leaves, especially for stuff like chichimisai or tatsoi. It just was growing directly into the lights, and they grow smushed up at an angle, so you don't get the really pretty rosette shape that you would get if you were to grow them like on the ground or on a horizontal style garden. The Farmstand also comes with a lot of accessories. I thought it was really nice that they included all these extra little things. So it does come with nutrition. They give you a pretty large bag of Jack's nutrients, which are split into two parts, A and B. You mix them separately and then add it into the tank. And because Jack's nutrients are so concentrated, they're definitely more concentrated than MaxiGrow and the Air Garden nutrients, like any other hydroponic nutrients that I've used. You use very, very little. So at setup, it was 4 scoops. And then for the maintenance, which is roughly every 2 weeks or so, it's basically like 4 grams. It's like the tiniest amount. So that's quite nice. The bag should last you, I would say, at least a year, if not longer. The other thing they give you is a pH kit to test the water. And with the vertical garden like this, because all the water is at the bottom and all the plants are sharing the same water source, you do kind of want to monitor your pH. So they give you little tester strips. It's the hydroponics kit, which I actually bought separately, so now I have 2 of them. So it's nice that they include it with the garden. I did end up picking up an additional accessory. They sell a dolly and a water mat separately. And at first I didn't think I needed it, but this thing gets really heavy once it's filled with water. And it is nice to be able to move it around, especially because plants grow like on a 360-degree plane. So I got the dolly. It's kind of like a lazy Susan. You can gently, spin it, you can push it, turn it. And once the tank is full, like, you would not be able to do that if it did not have a movable base. I also got the water mat. I find that when I'm refilling the tank, I can spill a little bit of water, so the water mat just helps protect my floors since I do have wood flooring. And then recently I just got a little hose. It was getting really annoying to fill up the tank because this tank is huge. If it's 20 gallons, just to put that into context, like my Air Garden Farms, roughly 2-gallon tank, so this is 10 times the size of that, and those are already large floor models. For the countertop units, it would be like 20 times the capacity. So this thing holds a lot of water, which is great. You don't really have to fill it that often, especially with something like Asian greens and tomatoes when they're in a baby phase. I actually went 2 months without refilling the tank just because I got busy. I don't recommend doing that. It holds a lot of water, which is really, really helpful, especially if you have like a busy day-to-day. Oh, but the water accessory I got is a hose. So before I was using a 1-gallon jug and like taking 20 trips back and forth to fill it up, and then I got this hose that you can attach to your sink, so it kind of acts like a hose, and then you can just directly spray water into the tank, which makes it so much faster. Now I figured I'd talk about things that surprise me, things that I don't like as much, kind of like cons, if you will. So the water sound is loud. It sounds like a straight up fountain in your home. It's like gushing. Some people like the sound, they find it soothing. I don't dislike it, it's just that sometimes, it's very noticeable. And the way the pump works, it goes, you can set it, but the lowest increment that you can turn the pump on for is 15 minutes, which I think is quite a long time, given how loud it is. With my other gardens, I can fully customize it. I could do like 1 minute, 6 minutes, 3 minutes, like I can specifically dial it in. Well, not on all the units. On the Air Garden Farm, I can do that. So I just think 15 minutes is quite a long period of time, and it's quite loud. So that's something that I wish was more customizable. In general, it's not as custom as I would expect for the price point. It kind of feels a bit like they have their own molds, but then the interior pieces like the pump, the timers, the piping is kind of like taken from other brands, like other hardware supplies. And then the watering method is actually quite unique. I think this is part of why plants in this grow faster than in a traditional GWC setup. So it's kind of a mix between a hydroponic and an aeroponic setup. With an aeroponic, the roots are suspended and then a mister mists the roots with water. This one isn't quite a misting system, it's actually pouring the water over the roots. It's more efficient with the water and it lets the roots grow bigger and faster because they're not constantly suspended in the solution. And I feel like it also cuts down on root rot, and all the water is stored in the tank at the bottom, and then every 15 minutes when the pump is on, it pumps it, shoots it straight to the top and pours it over the roots. The other thing that was unexpected is the lights, and specifically how bright the lights are. So like I said, each little ring is the LEDs. They call them glow rings, and you definitely need glow rings if you're going to use this indoors. I do have it situated near a window, but that's just because that's where I have space. It doesn't really matter if it's near a window or not. Window light is not enough to grow plants, definitely not vegetables. I feel like the glow ring setup is really interesting. They're super, super bright. It actually lights up this whole space. It's significantly brighter than my other indoor gardens, and I like that. I have my lights on at night. It kind of lights up my apartment for me, so I don't actually have like normal lights anymore, at least not in this space. And yeah, I really like it. I feel like it makes it just nice and bright and homey, and I've gotten really used to the lights. I think if you have them on during the day, you might find it a little bit irritating, or I don't know, some people are very sensitive to light. So if you live in a studio apartment, I probably wouldn't get this. It is nice to be able to have a door to like close off the lights so that you can sleep. Otherwise, I think it's great. I really like the way the lights are. It's such a unique design. It's so efficient. You can squeeze so many plants in such a small 4 square feet of space. Everything grows so much faster than my other gardens. It takes a lot less refills, a lot less kind of day-to-day maintenance, a lot less monitoring. So I really like that. The main con is the price. It's definitely an expensive indoor garden. I think you could DIY your own if you wanted to, but it wouldn't look as nice as this. So I think for how efficient it is and how modern and well designed it is, I think it's worth it. I also have a discount code, I'll put it on the screen. It gets you $125 off, which is better than their website offer. I think that's only a $100 off coupon. Overall, I really, really like it. I already ordered the extension kit to add 2 more tiers on, just because I think it's such a great machine. And yeah, I'm just so impressed by how fast everything's grown. If you have any other questions, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next video.